Hey you guys, this is KJ and I'm coming from smarterthanmydevice.com, and today we're actually looking at the HTC Thunderbolt, Verizon's first 4G LTE device. This is the device right here. We're actually going to start on the back instead of looking at the front to see some of the great features. First thing I want you to notice is that they did bring back an 8-meg camera, and they do have a dual LED flash. Now, unlike some of the other cameras that are out, I would honestly say this is the best camera I've ever seen. I did have the Droid X previously, and I played with the Incredible 2, and I played with the iPhone. Now, I do not believe any of those devices give you a better viewing experience or a better camera experience than this one. If we come straight down, you notice the HTC sign. You will notice that it does say it's 4G. You will notice the kickstand itself. Now, other phones have had kickstands, but one of the big differences between the kickstand on this one and maybe the Evo that's currently out also is that this kickstand is actually going to be a little thicker, as well as because it opens up for the speaker there, you have a true surround sound experience because you do have a speaker on the back and you do have a speaker on the front of this device. As well as you can actually use this kickstand and it will actually be supported in portrait mode as well as landscape mode. The Evo actually will only support landscape mode. Now, moving on to the front, you do have a beautiful 4.3-inch screen with a 1.3 meg camera on the front, which is really great for taking pictures for your contacts or shooting any type of video. Pretty good speaker at the very good speaker on the front. If we move it over, you're actually going to get a 3.5 headphone jack, which is going to be standard, so any type of headphones you have will work perfectly with this. You have a chrome power button right here. If we turn it to the side, we're actually going to see the volume rocker is a little more pronounced, up and down of course, but it's chrome as well. Now, flipping on the other side, we actually do have a micro USB port. So which means if you had a smartphone previously, you had the same port, you could use the same power charger, and it wouldn't make a difference to you. Now, the one thing they did do with this phone is that they increased the memory of it tremendously. It's still 8 gigs internal, but it has a 32 gig memory card pre-installed, which means essentially you have a 40 gig phone, which is really great if you shoot a lot of video or if you do any type of media itself. So now we're actually going to turn the actual device on. Now, while we're turning the device on, I want you to notice at the very top, it does say 3G. Since this is our first 4G device for Verizon, it actually does do 4G if you're in a 4G area. Now, nationwide, if you're wondering when 4G is going to be to you, no matter what, nationwide, we are going to be completely 4G for Verizon come at the end of the year. We're actually trying to push somewhere towards December. The good thing about this device is that it will be 3G until 4G comes to your area. If you go to an area with 4G, it will automatically flip to 4G by itself. You don't have to press anything, no, they get any special chips or anything like that. The phone actually comes with a SIM card in it already. So it's ready just for that. I'm going to put my power button back on. Now we're going to pull the lock screen down. Now this is my actual personal Thunderbolt. One of the features I really do like about the device is the organization that is done. Scrolling over, you do have a favorites list as standard on most Droid devices. Coming over again. My calendar is pretty nice. It also has another feature I'm actually showing right now. It's called Friend Stream. And what Friend Stream allows you to do is allows you to link all your social media. So if you send one message out, you can make that message unified. Now we're actually going to open the apps itself. So I'll open my app screen. Apps are going to scroll straight up and down just like they normally do. Being this is a 4G device, when you do anything on 4G, it's actually faster than Roadrunner. If you want to download a song, like about 3 seconds. Download a standard movie, like in about 5 minutes. I have heard that Netflix will be coming to the Android market soon, which means you'll actually be able to view all those things right on this device. And with this great 4.3-inch screen and the kickstand, it'll make it a viewing pleasure. Now, you do have other features, like you can turn your LTE on and off. And then you do have a hotspot that you can actually put on the device itself. Upon shooting this, Verizon actually offered a hotspot for free until the 15th of this month. So for all the people that had a Thunderbolt already, they could easily try it out and see how much they like it. Now, I'm actually going to click back to home to show you some of the other features of the device itself. I'm going to scroll over. And what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to click this text message right here. Now, you do have some really good features, like you still do have talk to text. that's still standard on most Droid devices. You have your you have your notification bar at the very top. You pull and hold down, and it'll show you any type of message you have on the device. The one thing I do like the Incredible did add, I'm sorry, not the Incredible, that this device actually adds to Thunderbolt, is that on your notification bar, it actually shows you your last things that you're actually using. So lastly, I used the Search Anywhere feature in the gallery and the camcorder. So this means you can still multitask while you're looking at notifications. Scroll back up, hit back home. We're going to open our application menu one more time, and we're going to go to our people. It's in alphabetical order. All your apps are. So if you're looking for something, that's where you pretty much need to go. I'm going to go to people. What I'm going to do on this device, I'm actually going to my friend Tino, who is a really good web designer. And we're going to look at some of his contact information. Coming through here. Now, he does have a Twitter. He does have some other features that are actually linked to my phone. At the very top, you'll see a button. It's going to say linked. What you can do with that button up top, you can link any other social media with that person's contact, any gallery with that person's contact, and they'll put it all up under their name. Just like other devices with the HTC Sense 2, you have another button itself that's actually going to show you your messages. You can both scroll through and relive every single message you guys have ever had. Hit the next button. You can see if that person has email linked to your phone as well. You can see all the emails. Now, your refresh button is actually going to show you all of the social media networking updates that person's done on their social media network that's linked with your phone. The next thing is going to be your gallery. Last and not least is actually going to show your call history. So if somebody says they called you and you said no you didn't, you could be able to go to the contact and see it itself. Now, if you notice, my notification bar just showed that I had some tweets. So if I pull my notification bar down, it'll actually show me what tweets I've got. The good thing about this, unlike some of the other devices that claim that they really are multitask, this truly is multitask because I'm still in the exact same application and I can still see where my tweets are coming from. So I can still operate this and still go back. But don't really need to, so I'm going to pull that back shut. I'll go back to the home screen itself. Now, the one thing I do want to tell you, the 4G LTE network is actually going to take a little more battery life than your 3G device itself. So if you do purchase a Thunderbolt or you do have a Thunderbolt, feel free to go to smarterthanmydevice.com, and we have great battery saving tips for this device. Now, everyone talks about how long battery life is on a device. I'm a heavy user of my device, and I can honestly say that this phone will give you about 8 hours of battery life. If I'm streaming stuff live or if I'm looking at a lot of videos on my phone, that battery life probably goes down to about 6. So you still do have good battery life, but it's not going to be the same as some of your previous smartphones, or it's not going to be the same as you did not have a smartphone. It is not going to last as long until you make it to where your phone doesn't search for the 4G. If you make it to where it doesn't search for the 4G, and the link is actually on our website, smarterthanmydevice.com, you'll get a longer battery life until 4G comes to your area. All right, you guys, that's pretty much it. I do highly recommend this phone. I do highly recommend the features of this phone. So if you needed a 4G device to get, I would probably say right now the Thunderbolt is it. Stay tuned for some of our other things that we're going to talk about, our other devices and our other phones that we're going to be premiering soon. Thank you so much. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter.